Welcome to BA Blocks, the show for the motivated business analyst who's driven to sharpen their BA skills no matter where they are or what they're doing. Whether you're driving to the office, waiting for your flight, going for a jog, or doing simple chores in the comfort of your own home, this show lets you listen to the actual lessons from the BA Blocks program, driving you to improve your BA career no matter where you are or what you're doing. Visit learn.ba to enroll in the BA Blocks program and get the full, immersive video learning experience of the lessons that you listen to on this show. Improve yourself on a daily basis, and you will become an invaluable and high-performing member of your organization. Visit learn.ba today to pick up the knowledge and direction you need to help you get there. That's learn.ba.
So we've defined business analysis as the set of activities that are performed to either help the company to fund a project, to help that project deliver a solution, or to help the company maintain that solution. We've also included a number of transition activities that can take place between the different categories of business analysis work that can happen. In this lesson, what I'm going to do is I am going to give you a very high-level overview of all of the activities and the deliverables that a business analyst is expected to produce across all of these different categories of BA work, starting with the first one. So we'll strip away the transition activities and we'll focus a little bit more deeply into the first category. So when a company is trying to determine whether it's worth their while to take on a certain project or a certain initiative, to either take advantage of an opportunity or to try to resolve some issue that's happening inside the company, typically what they do is they have their business analyst and sometimes their project managers involved in a process that is referred to as discovery and solutioning. The output of that process or those set of activities is typically what is referred to as a business case. It does go by some other names in different places, but typically most companies will refer to that deliverable as a business case. And the business case is the document that goes up to senior management. It explains to senior management really what the issue or opportunity is. It explores the different solutions that may be available to management to fund in order to either take advantage of the opportunity or to resolve the issue. So the first deliverable that you need to really understand in the set of deliverables that a BA produces and the set of activities that a BA performs is this set that you see on the screen here. Moving on to the second set of BA activities. So the second set, if you recall, we talked about this in the previous lesson. The second set of activities is really aimed at helping the company deliver the solution that was funded by management in the first set of activities. And the second set of activities really is made up of what is typically referred to as requirements elaboration and functional design. So requirements elaboration is the set of activities where the business analyst goes through and refines what the actual business needs are. And then the functional design is the business analyst and some of the folks from the technical side of the project getting together to try to figure out what actually needs to be built. So functionally, how will the software part of the solution work? And there is also some process design related stuff that's baked into here. So again, we're going to look at all of the things that I'm talking about here in much more detail in subsequent lessons. For the time being, all you need to understand is broadly what the activities are and what the deliverables of each of those activities are. So for the requirements elaboration activities, typically the output of that set of activities is referred to as business requirements, or some companies refer to them simply as the BRD. The output of the functional design activities are typically referred to as either functional specifications or software requirement specifications. Now, in future lessons, one of the things that we're going to talk a lot more about is about where you actually draw the line between what is considered a business need and what is a functional design, because that line can be very, very murky in different types of projects because of the way that requirements are expressed and the way that functional specifications are written. It can be a bit of a challenge to try to figure out whether something is a business requirement or a functional specification, but we'll look at that in future lessons. Moving on to the third set of activities. If you recall, we defined the third set of activities as the set of activities that the BA undertakes in order to help the company maintain a solution that has already been built, or a solution that BA has helped the company to build. And so the main set of activities there that the business analyst takes part in is called defect management and product enhancements. So once a solution has already been put into place, defect management activities are what help to clear out some of the dysfunctions that may or may not exist in that application. Typically, when you're putting out an enterprise level piece of software, it's very rare that you're going to be able to put that piece of software into production with zero issues at all. Typically, when a solution gets built, there is always a warranty period under which the project will actually go in and resolve many of the issues that the users are experiencing. So that is typically what is referred to as defect management. And so defect resolution, there is a set of deliverables that you will be producing by looking at what the defects are and trying to resolve them. We'll look at the details of that later on. The category of product enhancements, this is a much more longer term set of activities that the business analyst will take part in after the solution has actually been delivered. Product enhancements basically helps the company to make sure that the solution that's been put into place today is going to be able to evolve with the changing needs of the business as those needs change over time. And so once you have designed an application and you've put it into production and the users are using it, over time the needs of the users and of the business overall changes, and those changes are incorporated back into the solution through a process called product enhancements. And so what the business will typically do is make enhancement requests, and the business analyst's job then at that point is to try to figure out exactly what that enhancement looks like and how it's going to be reflected inside of the solution. So across our three main categories of BA work, that is a very broad overview of the activities and the deliverables that the BA takes part in. If we go back to our transition activities, there are a number of activities and deliverables that are also produced here. I'll show them to you here, but we're not going to get into a lot of detail about what they are. We're going to get into much more detailed descriptions of these activities and deliverables a little bit later on. For the time being, it's important for you to just understand that there are additional activities that you may or may not be expected to perform as you're transitioning between the different activities. So up on the board here, I have our readiness activities and deliverables. And if we were to look at the second set for when the product is actually going live, so when you're transitioning from stage 2 to stage 3, typically there are a number of different activities that you may or may not be expected to take part in as a business analyst, and the corresponding deliverables along with those activities. So to answer the question about what it is that a business analyst actually does, you can always break that answer down into the set of activities that we've talked about and the set of deliverables that are the outputs of those activities. And so in subsequent lessons, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be exploring these in a lot more detail. I have listed these right now in the order that I believe that you should be focusing on them on, because the first set of activities and deliverables that I have on this area here are the things that are in most demand for most business analysts. Having said all that, we are going to get into a lot more detail with all of these, but for the time being, it's just very important for you to get an overview of the types of things that a business analyst does.